Let's get some analysis. Tuncay Taymaz is a professor of Geophysics and Seismology at Istanbul Technical University, and he joins me now in the studio. Professor, thanks so much for coming in on the show. Now, Turkish authorities are saying there's been around 24 aftershocks following this earthquake. Can we expect more, and how dangerous is this area now following the earthquake?
Yes, surely. Yes, thank you very much for inviting me. This is a dangerous region, as we all witnessed since 2011, one earthquake, magnitude 7.2 on Richter scale, and there is a continuation of the one fault to the north of Tutak, Chaldiran Muradiye, and towards to the north of Urmiye Lake, and joins with the Tabriz fault. This is a huge continuation of the North Anatolian fault. Right-hand strike slip faulting continues to the south of Caspian Sea and somewhere around behind Kopet Mountains nearby to Turkmenistan border. This whole system is a part of North Anatolian fault system, segmented, broken in the past, is producing earthquakes. And the damage we see in the rural areas of eastern Turkey and Iran is unfortunately due to economical reasons, not engineering structures, and not knowing the risk. And the plates are diverging against each other, and there's still more to come. But in the past, there's been big earthquakes in the Iranian Tabriz fault causing more than 3,000 deaths. So the danger is there, and the aftershock activities still will continue another 2 weeks or more. With 5.7 earthquake, it's remarkably, big damage. I was unfortunately not hoping too many death tolls or the damages to the infrastructures, but it's a rural area, epicenter or microcenter.
Small villages.
Villages. It's just the economical problem. But this is the region we know quite well, because I personally studied more than 10 years with my PhD students, producing papers in very well-known Royal Society journals in the United Kingdom, that we know individual faults, how do they behave, what sort of mechanism they produce earthquakes, their strike, their break, seismic moment, Richter magnitude scale, magnitudes, and their focal depth, their aftermath, the length of the fault, width, stress drop, displacement on the hypocenter or epicenter. We all know all of those mechanisms, but the timing, the problem. We can't forecast things, but we cannot predict the
exactly. That's what I wanted to ask you. I mean, we know that Turkey, as you just said, lies between two huge tectonic plates. Can the research and the science do more when it comes to warnings? I mean, we know that this is a risky area, but can we have a little bit more information when it comes to the warnings in the future? Yes,
indeed. With the multidisciplinary approaches, not only from field geology, neotectonic, seismotectonic, geodynamics approaches, but we have a near-Earth orbit satellite geodesy techniques that we can measure vertical or horizontal displacement on the skin of the Earth before and after the earthquake. By comparison of their radar images, we can definitely describe the affected areas and give reasonable length and width and tectonic seismic active risk zone and the behavior in the future. The timing is the problem. We can forecast. It's getting there, but there are good examples in Japan, China, United States that has been successful in predicting earthquakes in 1 or 2 occasions, but they had also in the following aftermath of next big earthquake, they totally destroyed, more than 250,000 people died in China. So there are approaches scientifically, but we are not quite yet there, because we are recording the earthquake, the sudden movement of Earth in three dimensions, in north, south, east, west components or vertical motions. But in fact, the Earth itself is creating rotational motions. This is a robotic arm. And with today's technology, with the knowledge, we cannot 100% absolutely record real-time behavior of Earth's crust. So we need to invest new theories, new instrumentation in the future. But there are good signs. There are groups in Europe producing new generation seismometers to record quakes in Mars. So maybe they will be deployed in years to come with the evolution of the instrumentation to detect the absolute motion of the Earth's mechanism before and just after. So we are lacking knowledge as far as the seismology is concerned. But the risk is there. We can warn, emergency precautions, first aid, research and rescue, absolutely perfect. It's going there. But in the field, a layman on the street needs helping hand, shelter, food, and plan their life beyond. And that's still
a lot of work,
to be done,
right.
I'm afraid.
Thanks so much for that, Professor Tuncay Taymaz, a professor at Istanbul Technical University. Thanks so much for that insight for us here at TRT World.
Thanks for inviting me.